Hi, this is Kelsey with Shipwreck Beads, and I'm here today because I want to show you some awesome new product that we just got in. They're called the Check Candy Beads, and I pulled a big selection here to show you guys, and I've got a couple little projects to show too, so we'll just go ahead and start showing the product. All right, let me get this down here so you can see. All right, so first off, we've got these really awesome the candy beads are a 2-hole cabochon, so they've got a flat back and they've got 2 holes, and these ones are a black with an sort of blue AB finish, and I just really like them. I pulled some black size 8 seed beads so you can see some contrast there to see the size, and I think the 8s pair really well with the size of the candy beads. But my problem is I'm not much of a seed beater, so I don't really know what you might do with them. I whipped together a quick little memory bead bracelet, and I'll show you a little bit how to start making that. But as you can see, they're just really cute. So we've got all kinds of different colors in the opaques. So I made this little mixture. This has got the 4 different colors in it. So we've got the light red, orange, alabaster, and then what's this blue called? What do we call it? Oh, we just call it blue. And then there's some green ones. There's all kinds of different finishes. We've got some really cool marbly looking ones. Also, my favorites out of the whole bunch are these alabaster with copper sort of luster on them that I think look really great with the topaz AB seed beads. And we also have these guys here, which are like an apricot with an AB finish. I also really love all of the pastel pearl colors. They've got this really gorgeous coating on them. So I don't know, what would you do with them? Preciosa sent some samples of some other things. So this one's just on a stretch cord. This is another stretchy one, so you can see how that's done. But again, like, I'm not much of a bead weaver. I like quick projects that you can just throw together. I tend to work a lot with chain and leather and stone. Oh, my phone's popping up. So if anybody wants to provide any feedback, I'd love to hear from you, to hear what you would do with the candy beads. They're a really great size. The 2 holes are a lot of fun to work with, but I have a hard time wrapping my head around what to do with them exactly if you're not a seed beater. So that can be kind of tricky with some of these really cool 2-hole shapes. Okay, so to make this little bracelet here, which is just a little memory wire cuff, see? You're going to take your memory wire, and you want to about an inch more than a full loop. So I'm going to go here. You'll need 2 of those. There we go. So again, a little more than a full loop. These are memory wire cutters. They're special to cut just memory wire because it is a hardened steel, so you don't want to mess up your other pliers by using them to cut memory wire. That's how you get nicks in them real easily. And I've got a pair of cutters here. I don't know if you can see how mangled the tip on these are, but I cut something I shouldn't have, which was memory wire, and it gave me that nasty little chink out of the pliers. So use your memory wire cutters if you're going to be doing anything with memory wire. I also pulled this little seed bead mix, which are a size 8, and then I've also got my little beads here that I mixed myself. I just tossed all the colors I planned on using into a bowl. And so to do the memory wire, you're going to start by putting a little loop on one end. And again, it is a little harder than normal wire, so you want to work against the wire. Hi, Candy! Look, Candy's watching my video about candy beads. I don't know, I find that really funny. Okay, so you're going to start, I started my little example with the candy beads just to kind of hold it in place. So you just pull that all the way down to the end, and then I used 5 beads in between each candy bead. And I try and keep them straight while I'm holding them, but memory wire can be a little finicky to work with. Dump some of those out here. All right. I have to remember that I have to keep talking while I'm working. I'm not used to that. So these live videos are fun. You get to learn with me. 4, 5. Normally if I'm at home beading, I do a lot of beading in bed, which my husband absolutely hates. But if I'm beading here at work, I'll usually have some podcast on or listen to music, something like that. I have to have some sort of noise going on in the background to keep myself on task. All right. Well, so there's one sort of section, and then here's what it looks finished. I did a orange, blue, white, red, and then with the seed bead mix, I think that looks really nice. But I'm not going to string all the beads today just because I think you guys get the point on stringing beads. It's pretty fairly straightforward. So when you go to finish it, just make sure your ends are trimmed up evenly, and then you're going to make your loop on the end. And you always want to go sort of away from the curve of the wire when you're curling on the memory wire like that, just because it's much easier to do it that way. I know, Beth, I bead in bed. It's horrible. And again, my husband hates it because that usually ends up meaning there's little bits of string or beads or whatever. It's not ideal, but whatever. It works for me. All right, so again, these are the candy beads. Candy beads. Actually, it doesn't stay on too bad, Caitlin. It's a cuff, so it's pretty stiff. If you wanted to add some sort of clasp on there, you could. Or you could just make it longer, so if you did want it to wrap multiple times, that would totally work too. I was just going for something real quick and easy, so I just did a single wrap on that. But memory wire is so easy to work with that, yeah, it's however you want to make it. One of the things, I teach students, for my daughter's 10, and I teach beading at her school, and so one thing I like to tell them, you notice my earrings, Candy, thank you. Yes, see, Candy hosted a live video earlier today making some cup chain earrings, and so I got this idea in my head and I had to kind of throw them together. So I would check out Candy Cooper's page and watch her video for that tutorial on how to make those. But as far as what I like to tell people, when it comes to beading, there's really no right or wrong way to do it. If you end up with something that you're really happy with, then you've done it right. And I think that's just one of the rules I like to follow myself, is that as long as I'm happy with it at the end, then, you know, it's all done right. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Anybody have any questions about the candy beads? Again, these ones right here are my favorite. I love, the back is white and the front has this lovely coppery finish. Oh, thank you, Kaylin. But I also really love these ones that I showed in the beginning. I don't know if you can see them. With the AB finish. They just look like they're kind of glowing almost with that blue. They're just really pretty. So if anybody else has any ideas of what, yes, they are glass. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. These ones with the pearl on them, they have a coating on them. These are solid glass. All of the ones that are coated have an alabaster center, and then they've got the coating on top of it. But they're pretty, it's a pretty sturdy coating, so it's not going to come off like some of the other finishes on other beads might. Again, we've got these great marble look. So this is a pink Picasso on alabaster. I don't know if you can see that color. The glare behind me is kind of bad. And then these ones here are a green marble on an alabaster. So it's really nice for that natural look. I will post some, Maria, in the links that have been provided to us from Preciosa. The beads are from Preciosa. They're check glass. So I'll put some links in the comment after the video is finished to give you some other ideas. But again, that's kind of what I'm asking for here, is if you have any other ideas for me, because tossing beads, because I'm not really a seed beater, so I don't tend to do this kind of work. I don't know, what would you think? I think they'd look really nice, and maybe some, oh gosh. I'd love to see these as earrings. Yes, they are 2-hole. So you can see in my example here, I've got my 2 strands. And then here, just to show you, it's on a stretch bracelet. You can see how the holes line up there. But yeah, they're sort of domed, so they're like a cabochon with 2 holes. And I assume they're great for seed beaters, but I don't do a whole lot of seed beating, so hopefully someone can comment here with some tips on, or post a picture of what you've made with them or with other 2-hole beads, because 2-hole beads are all the rage right now. I don't know, we've got the chili beads, the 2-hole square, the square beads. Gosh, I don't even know. There's so many different types. Let me look up on our website. So there's, of course, the twins, which are a smaller seed bead shape. There's like the pig nose kind. We got some triangle 2-hole beads. There's a lot of options. The 2-hole beads are really popular right now, and but unfortunately, if you don't do stuff other than seed beading, it might be a little hard to figure out what to do with them. So that, again, that's why I just whipped up this quick little memory wire bracelet. Quick and easy. That's the kind of projects I like. So yeah, if you have any feedback for me about how you would use the candy beads, I'd love to hear it. You can find those on our website. I'll post a link as soon as the video's finished. And it was great talking with you today. Thanks for everyone who tuned in.